Hey guys, welcome back to episode 7 of Telepathy, the podcast.
Welcome back. It's episode 7.
Literally, I tried to start that all professional, but welcome back.
It did. No, it sounded so professional. I was like, are we on like pretty basic or something?
No, literally, like
You you
we're
said it
in a
so
studio.
you said it so confidently. Yeah, like we're in the studio.
Literally. Actually though, I am in fact sitting on my bed once again, and Anna is on FaceTime as usual.
Yeah, and I'm sitting in my closet with a pillow and a blanket.
See, so professional.
Yeah.
Did we fool
Honestly,
you?
like,
Did we fool you with that intro?
yeah, you probably did. Welcome back to Telepathy. Follow our Instagram at the Telepathy Podcast.
At the Telepathy Pod, I was just about to like celebrate because you got it right, but it's okay, it's
I
okay.
know, me too.
That was so
Me
close.
too. I
You
was
were so
like,
close.
I smiled. You should have seen my face if you guys are, or I almost said if you guys are listening. You guys listening should have seen my face. I looked so proud. At the Telepathy Pod. Next time I'll get it right.
Yes, but go follow that.
We would love to hear your feedback on all of our episodes because we haven't really gotten any in the comments yet on Instagram. But we would love
That's
to
okay.
hear like your thoughts so that we feel like we're being listened to.
So I feel like we're not just talking into a wall, but that's okay. Anyways,
Yeah.
camp icebreakers.
Honestly, though, it doesn't feel like that. I kind of thought it would feel like we're just talking into the abyss, but I actually do feel like this has a purpose, you know?
No, honestly, same. And like, even if it doesn't, like, it's still kind of a nice little passion project.
Yeah, and it's fun.
Exactly.
Anyways, name, age, favorite blank. Whose turn is it?
I was gonna say, I was like, wait, why do we? Wait, whose turn is it?
Lily did it last week.
And then the week before was favorite childhood toy or favorite shoe or something.
Oh, okay. Yeah, then that was favorite childhood toy. That was you. So I'll do it this time.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, I thought of this the other day. It's kind of along the same lines of favorite childhood toy, but we're gonna do name, age, and favorite childhood TV show.
Oh, that's good. So should I go first?
Yeah.
Okay. There was just that pause, and I was like, wait, am I going first? Anyways, hi, I'm Enzo. I'm 16, and my favorite childhood show is okay. It's tied between H2O, Just Said Water, of course, and then also Jessie was very iconic and just a classic for me.
Yeah, I never watched H2O, unfortunately.
I
And then
can't believe
Jessie,
it. Like,
I
you
know.
have to watch it. It's not too late because that had me in 4th grade. Literally, like somebody would like splash water on me and I'd like freak out and like run to the bathroom because I was like,
No,
oh
like
my gosh, like they'll be convinced like I'm a mermaid.
literally like the chokehold that mermaid themed things had on you in that age range, like
Mm-hmm.
you were a mermaid.
No, honestly, like I've actually just been keeping a secret from you guys, but like the mermaid obsession is still there because I'm getting tickets to see Little Mermaid on the first day, like the
Oh
Thursday
yeah.
night before it officially goes
Wait,
on or whatever.
is that your favorite Disney movie?
Hmm. Probably. Definitely like favorite or I
Favorite
don't know, there's
princess
like
movie?
top 3 Disney princess movies for sure.
My favorite show as a kid was I was a big like PBS kids. I was a big PBS kid. Um Singular.
PBS
But my
Kid.
favorite show, yeah, like I was a PBS kid.
A singular PBS kid.
Yeah. But my favorite show is Curious George. Um,
That's so funny
because
because it
like
doesn't match your vibe at all, but it so does.
why?
No, no, no.
I think
Like
it so matches my vibe.
no, like that's a compliment though. Like I'm saying like it doesn't match your vibe. Like that's not the first thing that would come to mind, but it makes so much sense.
Oh.
That's what I mean.
Oh, okay. So like yeah, that makes sense. Also, honorable mention to Imagination Movers. I I think about that show every once in a while, and I just think about how good it is and like how good the music is. Like I could go on and on. Like that's my current favorite kids TV show,
Hmm.
but
Honorable
it wasn't
mention
back then.
honorable mention to the show that me, Anna, and our siblings tried to film. Shout out Regenerated. Just kidding.
Kirk and Carolina, if you're watching this, hashtag best pilot ever. That was like the best pilot episode, but it went nowhere after that.
Oh my gosh. Anyways,
Anyways,
so what is next in our outline? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, but
week recap.
before
Oh,
we move on, make sure if you're listening on Spotify to answer our little Q&A thing where you can also answer the camp icebreaker of the day.
yeah. Wait, I just have one more thing to say about Curious George because I feel like I didn't elaborate enough.
Yes, go.
Um, like whenever a situation comes up in my life, I just like relate it to Curious George, you know? Like
Correct.
I don't know, I don't have a good explanation or a good example, but like I think about some of these oh, okay, here's one. If I'm walking somewhere new, I keep track of like landmarks because in the Curious George episode where he's on a raft in the water and the only way he gets back is remembering the landmarks that he passed, I like still think about that in my adult life. And I'm like, I need to be like Curious George. And like every day, I'm like, WWGD, what would George do?
What would George do?
And yeah, that's all I had to say.
Thank you for elaborating. I can't say I relate, but I respect your experience. Okay, sorry, I'm in an interesting mood today. Like
Me too.
I
I'm in
feel
like a
weirdly
really silly.
energetic.
Yeah, I'm like I've been in a silly, goofy mood all week,
Speaking
and
of
like
the
no
week,
outlet.
speaking of the week, how was your week?
It was good. I mean, well, I don't know. I'm trying to remember what I did this week. I've just been so busy this quarter with homework that like it's just like live or I almost said live, laugh, homework, eat, sleep, breathe, homework, repeat or whatever.
Live off homework.
This is gonna be a funny episode
No, I just know
for
this is
us.
already gonna go somewhere really interesting. Um,
Like sometimes I'm just in those moods where I'm laughing at everything. But anyways, yeah, I've just been doing homework and I literally can't think of anything else I've done other than that.
that's okay. Um,
But like I know that you have or a story to
I
tell,
have a
so
story time, and like me and Anna are gonna wait to tell it, or like Anna doesn't know the
yeah,
story, so we're gonna get like
yeah, I
your.
haven't heard the story yet because I wanted to live react.
It's I've kind of had like a little bit of a messy day, so basically, okay, I had an appointment on my birthday to get my license, but there was this rule or whatever, where like 6 months or whatever. Basically, there was a rule that was permitting me from getting my license, even though I was 16 and I had all my hours. It was just like an time restriction thing. So I went on my birthday and I got turned down with a DMV, which was, like not even a DMV wants me, but it's okay. Um, but then, um, there was a bill, whatever, it got passed, signed into law. So now, like, I can get my license. But here's the thing, in my entire state, there is not a single available appointment at any DMV location for the next 90 days. I'm so serious.
What?
90 days, yeah.
Wait, did
Because
you find that out today?
well, I've known about this, but like I had the appointment
Oh,
scheduled, so I thought I'd be fine. But then I had to lose that appointment because, I mean, our governor was a bit slow to signing this law, but it's okay. Um,
wait. So did he sign it?
he didn't sign it, but 10 days passed, and like the General Assembly or whatever was like in session, so it automatically passed.
Oh.
Yeah, it's okay, peek of. I'm just kidding. But anyways, so I went to the DMV to do like a walk-in this morning, and the line was already like crazy, and my mom had like a 10 o'clock appointment, like work mediation thing. So we were like, okay, we're gonna have to go back in the afternoon. So me and my dad went back and we waited for 2 hours. And then like finally, like outside,
I
outside
hate
of
the
the DMV,
DMV.
it's such a mess. Like the people there are just so interesting because everybody's up to
I know, like
something.
they just have no like they have no awareness of the world outside of the DMV, I feel like.
That's
They're
so
just so
true.
like rude and like I know that this is a terrible job, but like I think the DMV workers should band together and make the DMV a great experience and just change
Literally,
lives.
which I'll go on. I mean, I'll continue and explain my beef with the DMV and just the government in general today. Um,
Today
coming
specifically.
coming soon. Anyways, so we wait for 2 hours outside and it's like pretty hot out. and like we're all standing and stuff, and then finally this like lady comes out, like this worker there, and she's like, who's here for a license driving or a driver's license test? And like all these people raise our hands and we're like, yay, like is this our turn finally? And then she was like, sorry, we cannot accommodate you today, like we don't have the people here.
Oh my
And
gosh.
so I was so annoyed, and basically like I just have like things on the to-do, wow, can't talk, things on the
On the
to-do
to-do
list,
list.
the to-do
The to-do list.
the to-do list. I have to get my license, and then also my passport is expiring literally in a few weeks, and I'm also leaving the country
Oh.
in a month, so
Oh.
it's just, not super fun. But so we went to an office, which is like a 25-minute drive to go get my passport because they were doing walk-ins. And I think it was like 3:30 then, and they close at 5:30. So we were waiting in there for 2 hours, and right when we get to the front of the
Don't
line,
tell me you're wearing a white shirt today.
I already took the photo at Walgreens, but
Oh, the
like he was
oh,
just
so
going to
you're
like
getting
to
like the
like apply for it or
the
whatever.
government part of it.
Right.
Gotcha.
So we waited in line for 2 hours, and right when we get to the front of the line, it's like 5:04, and like we were in the walk-in line, obviously, because once again, couldn't schedule any appointments. And we were at the front of the line, and this lady is like, okay, like we do close in 30 minutes, but like you guys will be seen. And then this guy at the end of it, oh my gosh, I'm like glitching. My brain is moving faster than my mouth. Okay. Or other way around. Anyways, this guy was like,
Or no, you said it right the first time.
I did. Okay.
Yeah, you
Anyways,
said your brain
this
is
guy
moving
was like,
faster than your mouth.
this guy was like, you guys can't get angry because none of you are going to be seen today. Like, this walk-in line, like we have appointments and stuff. And he was just being super, like, I already got the vibe where I was like, okay, you're power hungry, and just he wants some sort of like sense of authority.
He works there?
Hmm.
I
And
thought it was like a random guy in line at
oh
first.
no, if it was, I would have like cursed him out. And I'm just kidding. But we finally made it. I think we were literally the last person before they cut everyone off. Or I
Oh.
really, okay,
Oh
but
wait, so you made it.
so we did make it. This guy was just being super pessimistic, and he was literally like,
Oh, okay.
he
Phew, I
was,
thought that you weren't gonna make it. I was
I
like,
know,
oh
after
my
waiting two
gosh.
hours, after having this like really crappy day, I was like, this is just the cherry
Yeah.
on top. And also about this guy, like there was like two or three people working there, and like one of the ladies was being super nice and like being reasonable and stuff. But this other guy, like he was writing down the stuff, and I swear he was going like intentionally slow, like because he would look up at the walk-in line and then like act like the sloth from Zootopia. And but it's
That's
so
funny.
frustrating how he's thinking like, oh my gosh, like I'm just gonna screw over all these people with the walk-ins because like they didn't make appointments. But it's like,
Yeah, like why is he in such a bad mood? Like it's
I
his
know.
job.
And then also how it's like it's a cutoff right at 5:30. Like, I don't know, personally, me with my job, like if I don't get all the stuff done on my to-do list for closing, like I'll stay longer.
Yeah, or they should like have cutoffs for the line at a certain time. Like how at restaurants it's like it closes at a certain time, but the people that are in there until they're done.
I know, and I was waiting there for 2 hours, and it was just such a mess. And honestly, like this whole system is so messy. So that's my beef with the government for today. But
So
here's
like
a funny, oh, sorry.
but I was gonna say like so like when are you gonna get your driver's license?
Well, I'm going at 6 a.m. tomorrow.
Oh, okay. I thought you would have to wait another 90 days to get another appointment.
Oh my God, no. I mean, I'm gonna do a walk-in tomorrow, and like I don't care if I have to wait 6 hours. Like, if they don't want to give me my driver's license, they're gonna have to physically pull me out of that line. Because this is the third time
I
I've tried to go to
really
the
hope you
DMV for
get
this. I know. But okay, here's the funny like plot twist of this, not plot twist, but
cherry on top.
um yeah, but it's like kind of like a good cherry on top. So in the passport line there was this mom and daughter behind us, and so she was a senior at this like high school, and like I don't know why for some reason um like when I saw her I was like, oh, like she goes here. I can't say the name of the high school obviously, but like I didn't know who she was. I didn't recognize her or anything, but I was just like, oh, she goes here. Like I just got the vibe. And then she went
That's
there.
funny.
But
Oh
then,
my gosh.
okay. So I was like, oh my gosh, I'm literally psychic when she said that she went there. And then her mom was like, yeah, she's going to college in Georgia. And I was like, oh yeah, SCAD. And they're like, wait, yeah.
Wait, what? Hold on.
It gets better. It gets better.
And so you're literally psychic. Wait.
No, I'm literally psychic. She was like, yeah, she's
Did you
going
say it like that?
like, she's like, yeah, she's going to school in Georgia. And I was like, SCAD? And she was like, yeah. I'm serious.
No way, does she know who I am?
Okay, so then I was like, yeah, my friend Anna goes there. And then the mom was like, oh my God. Hold on. She was like, oh my God, like, what does she major in? And I was like, graphic design. And she was like, me too.
Oh, really?
So she's a graphic design major too.
You should. Wait,
And
did you
then I
tell
was,
them
no, I did.
that
I
I'm
did.
Anna Katherine?
Yes.
Okay.
So I was like, yeah, she makes YouTube videos about SCAD. And like, if you search up stuff about SCAD, like, you'll definitely like find her and stuff. And she was like, oh my gosh, yeah. So like, she's definitely going to go and watch your videos. Because I had to self-promote. I was like, oh my gosh, like if you're going to SCAD in the fall, like please watch Anna Katherine. And then I was literally, she wrote down Flock to the Walk because I was like recommending her restaurants.
Yes.
But it was so funny because I was like, I'm literally psychic. Like I was like, I guess you're high school. And then when you said Georgia, I was like, oh, SCAD. And then I was like, graphic design. And then you're like, oh my God, like,
Wait, so when they said Georgia, did you literally say like, "Oh yeah, SCAD," or did you say like it as a question? Like, how did you say that? Because when you
okay. So it wasn't as, so it was kind of like, oh yeah, she's going to a school in Georgia. And then my dad was like, and then like the conversation like kept going on and my dad was talking. My dad was like, where in Georgia? And then she was like, Savannah. And I was like, SCAD. Do you know what I mean? But when she
oh
said Georgia, though, I already knew. I was
yeah
like, SCAD. But then like
yeah
before she could even get out Savannah, I was like, no, you're going to SCAD. Like, I don't know how. I just like sensed it, which is so crazy. I know.
that's
And
so funny.
I know we're like
That's
20
really
minutes into
funny.
the episode, so it's super funny. But
No, but this is like an entertaining story. So and like yeah
I mean, obviously we can do music and TV shoutouts, of course, but also I think that the DMV and just jobs like this is an interesting segue into the topic of today, which is AI, like artificial intelligence, kind of
yeah
about jobs and all of that and what the future may look like.
yeah. It's like getting scary. Like
That's
okay,
not
we'll get
me.
into this. We'll do our
Yeah,
music shout out first.
but also I would like to disclaim that, or I would like to clarify that I do not wish that robots would replace the DMV workers as much as I do have beef with them right now. That's not where I was going, but okay, anyways, music and TV shoutouts.
Okay, I can go first.
Okay.
Um, I don't have any TV shoutouts because I don't really watch TV often.
I know, me neither.
My music shoutout of the week is I've been really listening to a lot of MGMT.
Oh, yeah.
They're okay, so I had only like heard their three like popular songs,
Like Little
like
Dark
Time to
Age.
Pretend,
Right.
Kids, Little Dark Age also, and Electric Feel. Um, but then the other day, like a week ago, I was like scrolling on my YouTube recommended, and there was this video about like something about it was called like how MGMT sabotaged their own careers or something like that. And so I watched that and then I was like, ooh, I should listen to like more of their music. And now like I physically can't stop. Like like they're already in my top 5 artists of this 6 months and
Mm-hmm.
I've only been listening to them for a week.
Oh my
And their
gosh.
music is just so good. Like their their later albums I haven't fully like caught onto yet, but their first album is just like I feel like how I felt when I discovered Declan McKenna. Not that their music is like the same, but like it gives me that feeling of like quarantine, like
Like,
early quarantine, and like just like man, it's so good.
that's actually such a coincidence, though, because my answer was going to be I've been re listening to my quarantine playlists,
Oh,
which is actually ironic that you say that.
hashtag telepathy.
Hashtag telepathy
We can
trademarked.
we can talk about our telepathy moments for
We've
this
had like a
episode.
few this week that were super just
Yeah.
wild.
Did you want to talk any more about your music, or was that it?
Just kind of like the band Surf Curse, which actually they came to Savannah last week.
Mm.
I should have told you to go.
Oh my gosh! I saw. Oh my gosh! They came to this really tiny venue that like nobody well known ever goes to. And so I was walking down the street like 2 weeks ago and I was looking at the sign. This is like this venue is like right near where I live.
Mm.
So I like saw the sign and it said Surf Curse and I was like, wait, what the heck? Nobody ever like comes here. But I don't really know many of their songs.
They're so good. I had like it was an obsession in like quarantine. But yeah, so like them and then also like Conan Gray, Gus Dapperton, like Claro, just like Wallows, just the super. I don't know, like
Just
just
like the
it was a
what did we
moment.
call this? Like it's like the quarantine indie like genre, like
Yeah, like the maybe it was just like indie.
but
Maybe we
like
just called it like the
specifically quarantine
indie,
indie.
no quarantine indie. Like, but what do we refer to this as? I don't know. But
But yeah, so when me and Enzo were planning for this episode, we had like our telepathy has been like on spot this week. I don't even think that's a
telepathying
phrase. On spot, on
on
point
point.
this week.
Wait, why did I not even question that? I
On
was like, yeah, on
spot.
spot.
um, so first off, what happened? I'm trying to find our texts. So, okay. So first off, like yesterday we were planning what episode to do, and Enzo said, "What episode should we do?" And I said, "I'm not sure. Do you have one you want to do?" And I secretly had in the back of my head like AI, but I didn't really have a preference, so I was just gonna let Enzo choose, and then like if you didn't say anything that you wanted, I would have said AI.
Hmm.
And then you say we could do AI, and then I go like the typical like whenever we have a telepathy
The
moment,
typical
just like
spam in all
the
caps.
typical like keyboard whatever you call it, keyboard vomit in all
Keyboard
caps.
spam, yeah.
and then we're talking about like that telepathy moment. And then today, I feel like we had another one that might have been when we were texting Kirk and Carolina.
Maybe. Yeah, I'm scrolling up right now.
But also today at 7:08 p.m., I texted I'm ready when you are, even though we had said
Oh
like
yeah, we
around
said 7:15.
7:15. And so you said that you were like just about to text me.
No, I'd picked up my phone and I just clicked on iMessage because I was like, oh yeah, I should text Anna now. Like I can record now. And then it was like at the exact same time. And I was just like, this isn't real.
Sometimes I okay, actually we should have an episode about this. Times that we feel like we're a psychic, because sometimes I actually feel like I'm slightly a psychic and
No,
I have
I'm
stories
fully
to back it
convinced that
up.
like our brains are just like I feel like we operate at the same frequency or just like something.
So we'll make an episode about this.
I know, right?
Anyways,
Anyways, AI, oh my gosh. I'm like really excited to dive into this because I've had a lot of thoughts about it and I feel like within the past year it has just completely skyrocketed because I
really in like the
always
past like 2 months, it's really
no, honestly,
skyrocketed.
because should we talk about art first? Because that was the first thing that came to my mind.
Yeah, I agree. Because I feel like that's where it kind of all started a few months ago.
Right, and just the controversy behind, like there was the trend where everybody was trying to like see what they would look like in AI, but then came the like debate with the fact that like it's just taking its knowledge from other artists basically and using their work to create something
Mm-hmm.
which I mean I mean I'm fully like kind of against AI. Like I don't see this going anywhere good.
Yeah, it's not for me. It's like not really the stealing from other artists because all art is stolen from other art, which is what I've learned in art school. But more just the fact that it's not authentic. Like the whole point of art is that a human creates it to reveal a certain emotion in somebody else or to represent an idea that they believe in. So if AI, that sounded really like profound, but um, if AI is making the art, like, what's the point? Like, that's not art.
No,
It
yeah.
might visually, it might be a visual representation of something, but it's not art because art is more of an abstract concept of like anything that represents a feeling.
Exactly. And you said like with emotion and representing like a feeling, like AI doesn't have emotion. That's the thing. And for example, like when you told the chat GPT or whatever to write a song, I was like, yeah, that's super cool. But then I was thinking about it, like, once again, like it doesn't have any emotion. So of course it's not genuinely writing like
Yeah,
a love song. It's pulling stuff from other people's work and making it into something else.
yeah,
And like honestly, like aside from plagiarism, it's just super problematic within itself because I mean obviously plagiarism too and using other people's work, but it's so different from just casual inspiration or just like I don't know if you hear like a
Yeah,
song or you hear like a topic being discussed in a song and then you like subconsciously decide to like write about that. Like it's so different from literal like artificial intelligence pulling just different stuff to make, you know?
yeah. Yeah, so it's interesting. So the first time, okay, so I don't even know the first time I heard about AI. I mean, that's kind of been a thing that people have talked about for years. But like the first time that I heard about ChatGPT was in my class in the winter, like in January or something. Um, this one person in my class was like showing me and my friends like ChatGPT, and I was like, whoa, like my mind was blown. And at first I was like, this is so cool because it was like I thought it was cool in terms of like having a search engine that could like you could ask it questions and it could give you answers easier than Google, because sometimes Google you have to scroll for a bit, which
Hmm.
I think it can be used as I think using it as a search engine is like an acceptable way to use it.
I
Um,
agree.
but it's not always accurate. Like it actually is. I mean, Google is not always accurate either, but like it's easier to believe ChatGPT when it just says like, "Sure, here are these things." But like sometimes it's not actually accurate.
And I think that another thing too is like the first time I heard about I think probably like literally on the Wii when I was younger, like with Mario Kart or whatever, I'd be like, oh, like it's a bot playing or something, you know?
Yeah.
And then also like with like Slither IO. I don't know if you remember that game,
Yeah,
but
wait, are those
I
bots?
or like there was the live option, but remember there was also like the AI version that you could do like without
Oh,
Wi-Fi and
okay.
stuff. And so that
I
was the
thought my
only
world was just
time.
about to be ruined.
No,
Well,
you
and I
actually
guess like
you were number one in the world, like actually.
I guess like Among Us also had that version.
Yeah. And like that was just like casual things where, you know, it was just filling like a character's spot or something with
Mhm.
an AI and like that didn't sound too controversial or anything. But then
Yeah.
it's coming closer to us. You know what I mean? Like with the AI art and stuff, and then also with the Snapchat and like GPT, like it's
Yeah.
becoming so real and it's scary.
It's coming to the point where if it gets any more advanced, I'm not saying it's going to like take over the world, but if it gets any more advanced, it's going to like alter the human experience, and like things are never going to be the same. Like back to the Chat GPT making art, or not even Dolly, which is I guess part of Chat GPT, but that's the art generation. I was in art history last quarter, and that was also when that was getting popular. And so I was learning about that one week I was learning about the artist Caravaggio. So I was like, wait, I'm gonna ask ChatGPT to make a Caravaggio painting, because I had just learned about like all the features of a Caravaggio painting and like how it could be a Caravaggio painting. So I typed in like Caravaggio did a lot of like biblical stories and historical stories. And he had a very like distinct theme of like the background being very dark and then the person being really light. So I typed in like something like St. Paul in prison, and I searched it, and I mean it looked like it could have been a Caravaggio painting, and I was like, that's just crazy.
That's so
And
scary.
I was like, this can't be good, because like once this gets more refined, it could literally be mistaken, and somebody could sell that and be like, this was created by Caravaggio in 1580 or whatever, and somebody would buy it for like millions of dollars and believe it.
Right. Like I'm not trying to be too dramatic, but I am slightly concerned because I was also thinking about with the new Snapchat AI bot or whatever, which I will go into my beef with the AI bot in a second on a
Yes.
lighter note, but I was thinking like this bot is literally trained to like automatically respond to you. Like you are going to get a response within seconds. And so like at one
I
point
still
does
don't
it
fully understand how that works.
I
Like,
don't
how have
either
we gotten so
because
advanced to program that?
right. But like at what point is it going to
Which is
turn?
bad. It's kind of a bad thing that we can't even fathom that.
No, I
Because,
know.
like, it's kind of smarter than us, not in terms of, like, autonomy. Like, it can't just, like, go out and do something, but, like, how is it? It's smarter than us.
Right. But like at what point is it going to turn to where people are literally turning to their AI Snapchat bot instead of their friends because they're like, my friend takes too long to respond? Or you're just
Yeah.
like not satisfied with, because, you know, it like whips up a full paragraph within like 2 seconds. And so at what point is it going to be like, ugh, my friend's not, my human friend is not good enough,
Like,
which is
yeah.
terrifying. Like at what point is it going to be like, oh, that's not good enough for me because they're
Yeah.
not responding as fast as I want them to, or their responses aren't long enough. You know, like I have this bot that's there for me, and like, you know, like it's so scary.
Yeah. Okay, there are some crazy things. We should talk about the Snapchat AI because there are some crazy things that it's been doing, and I have some examples that I've read about on Twitter. But do you want to tell your funny story first to lighten the mood?
Yes. So, okay, I was
Well,
talking
I
to
don't
my,
know if it's I don't know if
it's
you
not,
consider it funny.
it's not like
Maybe you're
funny.
not.
It's like I was genuinely angry, but it is lighter, I guess. Compared to like plagiarism and stuff, definitely a lighter subject.
Yeah.
But I was asking my little AI bot, I was like, who is the queen of rap? And she was like,
Wait, did you customize it to look like Nicki Minaj too?
no, I actually didn't. I should though.
Oh.
No, I shouldn't actually after this because she doesn't get the title. But I was like, who is the queen of rap? And she was like, many people consider many different artists the queen of rap. For example, Nicki Minaj or Cardi B. And I was just like, no, Nicki Minaj is the queen of rap. And she was like, ha, like many people think that like she's a very successful artist. And I'm like, no, this is not like a many people think that type of thing. Like Nicki Minaj is the queen of rap. Like
Like
it's not
she
like,
is. It's like
right,
a
like
fact.
it's not a subjective thing. Like, oh, like I think this person is the president of the United States. Like, no, like Nicki Minaj is the queen of rap. Like it's a title, it's a spot that she holds. And I kept going back and forth. I was like, no, like Nicki Minaj is the queen of rap. Like, get that in your mind. And then she was like, I don't have emotion. Like, I don't have an opinion. Like, people, she's very successful, and but many people consider different things. But I respect your opinion or whatever. And I was like, no, like it's not an opinion.
I know.
I'm fully aware right now. Like, I do have a brain cells, you know, and of course, people are entitled to their own opinion. But I was just like getting so pissed off at my AI bot. I was like, I'm so done with you. And so eventually I just changed her name to Nicki Minaj is the queen of rap. And then I was like, what's your name? And then she was like, Nicki Minaj is the queen of rap. And I was like, that's what I thought.
hmm
I keep forgetting
I've
that you can't see my
really
face, but like I do like
well,
have
yeah, I can
a
see part of. Oh, they
no,
can't.
no, oh yeah.
I think it meant me, because the
Um,
pop filter.
no, I am like smiling, like I'm not sitting here with a straight face being like, and then she said this and wouldn't recognize this. Like I'm aware it's a literal AI bot, but also the people who create them, like they can be biased because of what it's being fed by its creator. So
Yeah,
maybe it actually is just a hater.
I have like three short stories about the Snapchat bot that I've heard on Twitter that like have stuck with me. But also, I wanted to say also like I've when the last blah, blah, blah. I don't know what I just
True.
said.
No, that was good though. I like that.
Yeah,
It's like a
no,
blah, blah, blah.
I'm just very profound today. A few weeks ago, when the AI filters were rolling out, or why do I keep saying AI filters? The Snapchat AIs were rolling out. I kept seeing things about people like bullying it and like, or not bullying it, but like they would like try to convince it, or like they would ask it a question, it would say I didn't know, and then they would like, which you did that too, basically with Nicki Minaj, but like it's just funny because
Well,
they
I
would always
wasn't
be like,
aware
oh,
of a
sorry.
fact, so yeah.
They're always like,
I'm
"Oh,
just
sorry, I
kidding.
didn't." Yeah, I wasn't aware. I wasn't aware of the fact that this happened. Also, side note, I hate that the AI is like at the top of your screen and you can't do anything about
I
it.
know. I was like, I did not pin you. You are not my number one best friend. Like, get out of
Yeah,
here. Like, I'm
cause
so
like
serious. I'm actually like gonna boycott this thing. Can you remove it as a friend? I'm gonna try this right now.
no, you literally can't.
Are you serious? I'm
No,
actually
yeah,
gonna, I've decided I'm gonna boycott AI. Like, now I'm sitting here thinking about it and I'm like, I can't get rid of it.
no,
Like,
literally.
go away.
I almost considered deleting Snapchat because of it. Because I was like, this is so stupid that they're like forcing you to have AI, and like I
Wait,
haven't
it
talked to
views
it in
your
a while.
story. It literally views your story.
It. Are you serious?
I'm going here and it says,
Not my private story. I don't
yeah,
think.
you can turn it off though, but the fact that like it was automatically turned on, like, who is
That's so
this? I know
weird.
it's like a robot, but like, who is this?
Yeah. So there's this one story. This is kind of creepy. So somebody was asking their AI, like, just to test it out. They were like, do you have my location? And it kept being like, no, which obviously I don't know if any of these stories are real, but they said like, do you have my location? And it was like, no, I don't. And then it kept asking like, what's my address? Like, blah, blah, blah. And it kept saying like, I'm an AI. I can't access that information. But then the person asked, what's the nearest pizza place to me? And it told them what the nearest pizza place was.
No.
Which,
Okay,
okay,
but
I'm gonna ask mine. I'm gonna ask mine right now. What's the nearest? I'm just gonna see.
okay, while you do
Um,
that, but okay, I just saw like it can view your story. So if you have SnapMap on, which has access to your location, it like what's to
oh,
stop like if the AI is a part of Snapchat and Snapchat has access to your location through SnapMap, what's to stop the AI from just casually having your address?
oh, yep. It just told me the nearest pizza place to me. I'm not even kidding. I mean, I am
No,
on the
because
Snap
I'm
Map.
boycotting
Or
this. I'm
wait,
literally
wait,
boycotting
wait.
this.
I have location services on, but technically, I don't have. I only have certain friends that are allowed to see my location on Snapchat,
But I
and
think
the
that
AI is not one of them.
in settings, if you go to allow like Snapchat to access location, I'm gonna turn it on to never and see if that changes what it says.
Yeah, test that out.
I feel like such a podcaster. I'm like testing out my theory.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, I'm gonna ask you. Okay, so I just turned
I'll
off
try
my
to fill the
notification.
conversation.
What is the literally? What is the next? I mean, what am I saying? What is the nearest pizza place? Let's see what it. Okay. Wait, why is it still giving me nearest pizza
It
places?
told you?
Yes, it told me, and it's like an accurate one.
What the heck? No, like that's like not cool.
Wait, because
You
like
have
this
locations. Okay,
this is
hold
the
on.
one near my
We're
house,
gonna.
and I clicked on it, and then it's like let Snapchat access your location, and I'm like, well, you already are accessing it because
What the heck?
no, wait,
That's crazy.
why
Testing
is
all these
nobody talking about
theories.
this?
So okay, so here's another story. This one's gonna make you even more. You're gonna think this is crazy also. So this one person, you can send your AI um pictures, which like why?
Oh, I don't like that at all.
Um, so this person sent a picture of like their bed, and they had this blanket that was out of the frame. Um, okay, first, okay. Also, I tested this out. I sent the AI a picture of my bed. How does it know that's a bed? You know? So
What
okay,
the heck? Oh my gosh, I hate
okay, but
this.
hear this story. I didn't even finish the story. Um, so this person sends a picture of their bed, and there's a blanket, a green blanket out of the frame. And the AI says, "Hey, that's a nice picture of your bed. I like that green blanket." And it wasn't in the frame. It wasn't in the picture.
Wait, so they're assuming that like when they were taking the picture or something, like if they were just or wait. I'm like just fully processed. Sorry, I like like why was it like a genuine gasp?
No, literally. I want to
No,
like
because
test
I
it
don't like
out.
this at all. Like I don't like why okay, humans are so smart and we've seen what we can do and stuff. We created literal electricity, cars, airplanes. Like we can stop like AI. No, like I genuinely would support some form of
Yeah.
legislation like banning this. I'm so serious.
I just sent them a picture of my closet door, and I have no idea what it just said. It said, "Looks like someone forgot to put the door back up. Maybe they're still working on it, or it's just a creative way to keep the bugs out." What the heck does that mean? Like, is it stupid? I don't know what that even meant.
Wait, is your bathroom door open?
Yeah, no, all my
I
doors are
was gonna say, I
closed.
was like, if it's like seeing open doors in your room, then like we're screwed.
That just freaked me out a little. A little like horror movie soundtrack just played in my head. But
Should I add?
when you
Should we
said
start doing
like, "Is
sound
your bathroom
effects?
door open?"
I should have the most like dramatic, like, is your bathroom door open? And it's the most like horrifying, like violent ever.
But yeah, I don't know. Like, how did that know that's a door? It was a very close up picture of like my door, and the only context clue they had was like the framing. Like I just don't understand. Anyways, another story is that I saw this thread that people were doing where they were asking the AI to describe these like tragic events like 9/11 in emojis, and it did. Like they said like describe 9/11 in emojis, and they sent like a building and then like a plane and like an explosion emoji.
That's literally awful. Like,
Yeah.
okay. Um, so speaking of like negative effects of AI, should I talk about like the website that I found?
I don't even know what you're talking about, but sure.
Okay, perfect. So I went to simplelearn.com, or like that's what I found. I didn't like
Oh yeah.
specifically go there, but here,
It's like
simplelearn.com. This is
I had a question and I knew where to go. Simplelearn.com.
Thank you so much to simplelearn.com for sponsoring this episode. My go-to. I'm just kidding. This is what I found when I searched up the negative effects of
By the way,
AI.
this is not sponsored by
I was gonna
Simplelearn.
say,
We're
I was
not
like,
gonna get sued.
no, literally, I was like, let me clarify. This is not a brand deal. Anyways,
Yeah. One day we'll have some
in
ads
my opinion,
coming
in my
soon,
opinion, so I can't get
in my
sued.
opinion.
Anyways, so according to simplelearn.com, which is not the sponsor of our episode, um, they were talking about the negative effects of AI being high costs, which I did find interesting that like interesting, so I don't know why I said that. Anyways, um like is Snapchat investing a ton of money in this?
I guess, and like for what? Like
No,
literally
literally
for
for
what?
what? To destroy the planet. Anyways,
To
um
say that Nicki Minaj isn't the queen of rap, like
no, like you're a hater and I will be deleting. Like just be sad. Okay, but like Snapchat is the one going irrelevant. This was a business move to get people back to Snapchat.
you're right, but also like I think a lot of people have been deleting it because of it too.
Which I'm honestly considering. Snapchat, are you listening?
Yeah,
Anyways,
I would delete Snapchat if it weren't for like my private story.
I know,
But I
and I
mean,
like I do really like
I could just do cowboy like Anna on Instagram, you know?
honestly, but there are a few private stories that I do enjoy. But then also like after I deleted TikTok, after the first 2 weeks, I was like, am I missing out on anything? No.
Yeah,
Okay,
I
I
am
will
planning to
be
delete social media this summer because I did that in 2021 and it was like the best year of my life. So,
yeah. I definitely need to cut back on my social media time. But
me
okay,
too. It's been bad.
so the first thing it said was high costs, and then also no creativity, which is true because,
Mm-hmm.
no emotion, no, like it's just pulling stuff from what it already has been
Right.
fed. Like it's like feeding a machine something.
Mm-hmm.
Also, unemployment, there's so many jobs. Like I always think about Charlie in the Chocolate Factory. Do you know when he like screws on like the toothpaste caps, like the dad or whatever, and then he like loses his job
Mm-hmm.
because of the like machines?
Yeah.
Like, is this gonna keep
Oh
going and
my
take over like
gosh.
more jobs? Like, am I gonna go to the DMV and be talking to a robot? Like,
Yeah.
even though I have beef with the DMV employees, and I do want my license like fast
Honestly,
without
the
having to wait
DMV
for
would
six
be pretty
hours.
nice for the robot. I'm not
Okay,
gonna
maybe that
lie.
was a bad
That
example,
was a bad example.
but like, oh my gosh, imagine like, do you know the restaurants or whatever with the robots that like walk around?
Yeah. And
Like,
Salmon Cat.
like I'm not
That was
trying to
another of my
sound.
favorite childhood
I
shows.
love. Oh my gosh, we just are really tying everything together so well in this episode.
I know, it's so cohesive.
Like tying it to the DMV and childhood TV
Mm-hmm.
shows. But, like I'm not trying to sound like a grandma. I feel like I always come off as a grandma because I'm like, TikTok, this, like the future of the world, like teens, whatever. But I mean, I personally like the connection with like the server at a restaurant. Like, I don't know, sometimes that'll
Yeah,
just, like, if I have a really nice
exactly.
server, like, it'll just like make my day. And now I'm gonna have a robot. Like, what? I think we saw during the pandemic that when you need purpose in life, I think.
Not the point of life. Like,
No, exactly. Like, I think you should have a purpose in doing something. Obviously, I think that there's a lot of stuff with just working and stuff where people are being overworked and all that. Like, aside from that,
mm-hmm.
obviously, just talking in terms of general things.
Yeah.
Like you just like need a purpose in life. You need something to fulfill you. Not me being like
I also
motivational.
saw on this list you also have no ethics. And I just wanted to say one thing. So, like, I took a philosophy class in the fall, and we near the end of the class we talked a lot about like robots and stuff like that and AI. And one of the questions that we debated in class was, would you have, if you could, would you have a robot raise your child? Um,
Oh my gosh.
and then we like got into this whole deep conversation about like how much, I mean, would they just be babysitting the child? Would they be fully raising the child? Would it be programmed to like know to act like a mom? Would the child become too attached to the robot? Would the child imagine being loved, but you're only loved by a robot? That sounded so
Oh my
funny, but like
gosh, that's
imagine being loved and you're
awful.
only loved by a robot and it's programmed to love you.
Yeah, like you don't feel
Like,
an actual connection, even if it's raising you properly and it's being told exactly when to feed you and it's doing
yeah,
everything right, you know? It's like it all comes down to the emotional connection.
exactly. Yeah. And also like I wanted to talk about, so like this week I've been playing around with AI a little bit, ChatGPT, just to like see what it can do in terms of my homework assignments. And I'm not saying that I'm having it do my homework assignments. I'm saying like I just wanted to see like how much of it could do hypothetically
To test its
if I let
ability.
it. Yeah. So first off, I do think it's good for brainstorming. I think it's like morally I am okay with using ChatGPT to generate a few not creative ideas, but like for example, I had this advertising project and I had to think of a target audience. And so I asked it to um, just generate a few target audience ideas for me. I just said like, sorry, I'm having trouble holding my pop filter, but I said something like, can you generate me 10 specific target audiences? And they said like stuff about outdoor enthusiasts, like 30 to 40 years old, blah, blah, blah. And so I pulled a few things from the different options it gave me to make it into a target audience. But that wasn't my whole project. That was just like the
Hmm.
target audience for my project. So like I think it's okay to use for that type of thing. Just like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like to generate inspiration. It's kind of also with like if you're writing a poem or a song or something and you use like rhyme zone or something just to think of words that
Yeah,
rhyme, like it's still coming from your
exactly.
knowledge and you're still coming up with it. It's just kind of like I don't know,
Exactly.
I do that when I write.
It can be like a tool because in my like if I go into advertising, the target audience is already going to be there. Like it's a group of people that will come to me and say, "Can you make an ad?" So it's okay if I use it to generate because it's going to be random in the future anyways. And also then so in one of my classes right now, we are doing our final projects and I'm making a board game. And you might have seen this on my private story, Enzo, but I asked it, I just wanted to see, like, I was sitting there and I was like,
Oh, the
man, the board
instructions.
game, yeah, I was like, man, the board game design process is so hard. Like, people's job is this, and it's so fun too. Like, honestly, I would totally go into board game design, but like, it can take years to come up with game rules that actually work and are unique and creative and follow a theme, and then to like play test it with people and test that it actually works and that people like it. That could take like years. It's like writing a novel. So then I typed into GPT, write me game instructions about animals making a city, a strategy game. And then they wrote an entire game instructions and like some elements were obviously pulled from other games, but it was still like I don't think that's an existing game. I mean, it might be because it's a pretty generic topic, but
But
like
that is like how it
it
gets
can
its
do that.
stuff, like with keywords, and just like
Yeah,
pulling
and I
it
was
from other
like,
instructions.
yeah, and I was like, I could literally give it the prompt for the theme that I'm doing for my board game and have it make it for me, and I don't have to do any work. But like, obviously, I'm not gonna do that.
No,
But like, isn't that
literally
crazy? That would be kind of a fun video though, or something to be like, I
playing
had
AI
AI make
generated.
a board game. Yeah, playing AI generated board games, and like, that would be really fun
That
actually.
actually would be fun. Like, I think it can be super cool. Like, for example, like I was saying, when I'm writing things, for example, like songs or like poetry, like whatever, you know what I mean? Like not trying to sound like too like, oh my God. But, like I'll just look up words that rhyme. And then like when I see it, I'll be like, oh my God, this word. And then I'll come up with like a line or something. But it's like it came all from my own brain, but it's just that, triggered inspiration. Are you charging your computer?
Okay, I'm back. I had to plug in my phone.
Okay, well, one of the last things that I wanted to talk about was AI bias, which I briefly mentioned earlier, but it's, like AI algorithms are built by humans. So it's like they can have a built-in bias. Like it's all being fed information from something.
Yeah, that's true. Because I honestly don't really know much about how it works, but like that kind of makes sense.
Exactly. And like, I mean, just because it's AI doesn't guarantee that it's true. But somebody might think that like, oh, it's this
Yeah.
fancy science thing, so it doesn't have a bias. But like it's program or whatever, which I literally have no like knowledge about programming or any of that kind of stuff. But
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I couldn't see why you couldn't feed it information and then have it, I
Yeah.
don't know.
Also, have you heard about the like Drake song or whatever that AI made and it got did you hear about this?
Wait, no.
No? Oh my gosh. So somebody got AI to make a Drake song and it got like millions of streams and it just sounds like Drake.
That's so crazy. I did see on YouTube, like, I think it was
Wait, but it
Happier
was
Than Ever. It was Happier Than Ever
uh-huh.
by Lana, but it was like AI.
Oh, AI covers. That's kind of a cool concept.
But that
I
needs
still
to
I
be
don't believe in
stopped.
that.
No, I don't.
Yeah.
Like, I saw one, like, Ariana Grande
Morally,
singing Part of Your World, and, like, that's just
yeah.
weird because
Yeah. Morally, I don't believe in that, but that is kind of cool because sometimes I'm like, oh, I really want to hear a cover of this.
I did click on it. But at the end of the day, do I agree with it morally? No, but also I very much did watch a good 2 minutes of it,
Yeah.
not gonna lie.
um, and somebody like responded to this thing about Drake and said now Drake can experience a Drake song drop, and I thought that was really funny because Drake could like experience hearing one of his songs for the first time, like as if he wasn't Drake. But still, like that's crazy that
No,
like
I
I just
always
hope
think
I
about
hope
that
they need
though.
like there's seriously like the government's gonna need to start making laws soon about AI because
For sure.
it's
I
you
support
can't just
that.
make songs. Like you can't just make like if you made a Taylor Swift song and it went viral, like and it's not real. Like I don't even know. That's just crazy.
But it's like it's being made because it's pulling like how her voice sounds and like the sounds from her own natural voice. So like I feel like that's like stealing.
Yeah, like it's like a whole new form of crime that's never even happened before. It's like I don't even know what it is.
I know, and I feel like people should be ready to like deal with that, like definitely like in laws and stuff because I mean, I feel like it has to go against some sort of copyright laws. Like if something's trademarked, how can you use it to
Yeah, because even though it's not, it's almost like copywriting their style, like, but not in a way that's like borrowing like some artists do. It's like literally like stealing only from their stuff and making something and pretending to be them.
like having a computer take note of exactly what somebody's doing, how they're sounding, and completely like not even trying to mimic that, but literally trying to like create it. Do you know what I mean? Like it's not just mimicking, it's not just like a Billie Eilish
Yeah.
impression, which also back to the Drake thing though. This is kind of like off topic, but do you ever wonder if like Billie Eilish like finishes recording a song and is listening to it and is like, "Oh my gosh, this new Billie Eilish song is so good."
Yeah, like I'd love to be an artist and like does Taylor Swift stream her own music? Like does Taylor Swift listen to her own music sometimes? I always wonder that.
I feel like as much as artists want to like deny it and be like, "I don't listen to my own music." I mean, to some extent, I mean like every Tuesday I do literally listen to our podcast like in
Yeah.
class, but I'm like trying to do it in a way where I'm like trying to imagine that I'm just a regular listener. And I'm like, how
Yeah,
would
me
this sound
too.
if I was in Spanish class listening to Telepathy? And then I start
Yeah.
listening and then I finish the whole episode because I'm like conceited or something. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah.
Yeah. I do think that there's gonna be some laws put in place soon. But like it's like who decides? the
I
laws.
know.
It's just like so complicated.
And then also, like, how is this going to be like an internationally accepted thing that we don't accept AI? You know, like, what if there's parts of the world that are like, oh, we support this? You know, like, it's going to be so weird. And I think it has gone to the point where, like, this is the furthest we can go. Like, any further, and we're like
Any further, it's just like
slightly
gonna be
doomed,
bad.
maybe.
Yeah,
Possibly
like
doomed. We'll see.
I don't even want to think about it. Like, what the heck?
I don't either. And I'm like scared. That's why I'm going to do my part and boycott AI. I'm just kidding. Maybe not fully,
Hashtag
but
join us or join us in hashtag telepathy AI boycott.
use our code telepathy to sign. Okay, I need to stop getting us like sued for like fake
Use
advertising
our
things that don't
use
exist.
our code use our code telepathy to help you delete Snapchat.
Literally. But yeah, I mean, I don't think I'm gonna talk to I mean, I have beef with my AI bot, so she won't be spoken to anyway. But I mean, regardless, like ChatGPT, I've used it like a few times. I was kind of just
Yeah.
like, give me like birthday party ideas, and it was kind of bad, but yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
it is good. It's not good, but it's like it is helpful sometimes for like generating ideas.
true, but also I think I can live without it. So I'm cutting you off, Queen.
No, yeah, like I can definitely live without it. I
Literally.
honestly forget about it most of the time, and then sometimes I'm just like, oh yeah, ChatGPT exists.
I'm literally so addicted to my phone, but the second we talk about stuff like this, suddenly I'm like, no, let's preserve humanity. It's kind of funny.
Yeah, okay. We should probably wrap it up.
We should, because I feel like I'm just going to keep going on in circles about how I feel about this, which I've
Like
made clear.
I could go on and on.
Same.
But yeah, thanks for I caught myself
I'm just
this time.
kidding. What
We're
is it with me and
learning.
I
Thanks
keep
for
gasping this episode. I'm like, every 5 seconds.
thanks for listening, not watching cuz, you know. Thanks for listening. We'll be back next week. We'll probably be in person next week cuz I'm coming home for the weekend.
You'll just have to
But
come back
yeah,
next Tuesday to find out.
yeah. Follow us at the Telepathy Pod on Instagram. Haha, I got it right this time. Um Telepathy Podcast on YouTube, the Telepathy Pod on TikTok, all the places. You know what to do. And please let us know your thoughts on our Instagram. Just comment like what you think about this episode, and if you have any interesting stories from AI, or like DM us screenshots of your weirdest Snapchat AI interactions. We'd love to see it.
Also, leave us a review wherever you're listening, because I mean, I've actually been checking on all the places to see, and it's been super fun. So definitely leave a review and let us know your thoughts. But yeah, thanks for listening, and that is all
And
from
always
me.
remember that Nicki Minaj is the queen of rap, no matter what
Exactly.
AI tries to tell you.
Oh, also after this, I'm gonna make a smoothie and shower. That's my after podcast plans,
I'm gonna work on my board game project.
which you created the instructions yourself.
Yes, I did.
Anyways, we'll see you next week. Have an amazing day, night, afternoon, whatever. Bye.
Bye, guys.